From KPRC Channel 2, this is Houston Newsmakers with Cambrell Marshall.
We've been watching it all week, from Tropical Storm Amanda in the Pacific and the damage it caused in Central America with horrific flooding. The same storm system moved north and became a Gulf of Mexico storm named Cristobal. But the first has, the results been the same. Rain measured in feet as a result of the flooding it caused before moving off the Yucatan Peninsula. Tropical storm Cristobal now merged into the Gulf and is now just off the coast of Louisiana. Now, the problem with that is that it continues to be a strong storm, a tropical storm of 50 miles an hour, moving to the north at 12 miles an hour. It's expected to make landfall along the Louisiana coast late tonight. So it's close enough to get our attention that hurricane season is indeed here. Joining me this morning is my colleague and friend, Chief Meteorologist Frank Billingsley. Good morning. Good to see you, Frank.
Thank you, sir. Good to see you. How are you?
I'm great. How surprised have you been to see so much activity so early in the year?
You know, I looked at some research on that, Cambrell, and it's half the year since 2000 have had early storms before June 1st. So we kind of come up with this date of June 1st to November 30th because that's when the water is most likely 80 degrees or warmer and can support these kind of forming storms. So that's the only reason. You know, the Pacific season starts on May 15th. So we may have to change that date ourselves to May 15th because there's a 50% chance now that we will have a storm before June 1st. Of course, we almost got three. Cristobal was almost a full-blown storm before June 1st.
Right.
Basically a tropical depression, but we certainly had two.
Is there any doubt that the warmth of our atmosphere is adding to the expected storm increases we're seeing?
It's twofold, I think. I think we can see them more, see storms forming better because of the satellite technology. There's some terrific satellites up there, as you know, and you can really see the clouds, and we can really pinpoint even smoke from wildfires now. So when you can get that detailed, you can certainly see the beginnings of a circulation with a system and see a storm sooner. So I think they're getting paid attention to and upgraded more than in the past. But what we do know from the research is that with the warmer atmosphere, more rain is coming out of these storms. They're going farther north and hanging on to their intensity. You remember Sandy in 2012 and the devastation to New Jersey and New York City. So they're traveling farther north in the latitudes and maintaining their strength, even to England. I mean, there have even been hurricanes last year making it all the way to Ireland. So that's part of it because of a warmer atmosphere. More rain, as we saw with the Melda, more than 40 inches, and with Harvey, more than 60 inches because the warm atmosphere can just hold more water. And then when it gets over land and drops it, you're getting these massive floods. So whether it's the increase in the numbers because of the warm atmosphere or just simply they are more dangerous because of the warmer atmosphere, that's for certain.
A reminder to our viewers that NOAA, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, has looked at the data and predicted this breakdown for the season. They say we can expect between 13 and 19 named storms, and 6 to 10 of those will be hurricanes, and 3 to 6 of those will be major, Category 3 or higher, the winds of more than 111 miles per hour. You've often talked about how the category of the storm doesn't really accurately tell you what kind of danger will come with that storm. Talk about that.
Well, of course not. I mean, you look at Harvey, it was a Category 4 storm that went into Rockport with the wind, and then was a tropical storm with 60 inches of rain for Houston. So that's one way to look at it. But Ike officially was a Category 2, and the pressure with Ike was actually lower than Alicia, which was a Category 3. A lot of the storm's strength and intensity really is determined by how far it's going to go over water before it gets to you. That can be so instrumental in the surge. And certainly Ike, with a strong storm, and by some measure stronger than Katrina, when it was out over the water, came all the way from Cuba. And when you have that kind of a fetch over water, that distance over water, then you know, regardless of being a Category 1 or 2 when it hits you, that's still all that water that's being pushed. So they finally took surge out of being a certain category. So we were having Category 2s with a surge of a Category 4. Katrina hit as a 3 with a surge of a 5. So finally, NOAA took that surge out of the category, and it's its own warning system now for surge warnings and surge watches. So it's not part of the category. Category now strictly refers to the wind that's expected.
1 minute left, Frank. What advice do you give to the viewers, the best advice you can give them about being ready for the season ahead?
Well, we always say, have a plan, make a kit, know your neighbor. Of course, that always goes without saying. But don't take any of these storms lightly. Cristobal is only a 50-mile-an-hour storm. It's already producing flash flood warnings in Florida. It's already produced a tornado near Orlando overnight. There's a tornado watch for much of Mississippi and the southern coast there. And this is just a tropical storm with 50-mile-an-hour winds. And so we know all too well what an Allison can do, what an Imelda can do, just being a storm. We're going to have to watch them all. So my advice is don't ever take any of them to be, that's not going to be a big deal.
Amen, brother. Amen. I want to remind everybody to download the KPRC Hurricane Tracker app to stay on top of any storms this hurricane season. It's free, and it's in your app store. You can get the free Frank's Weather app while you're at it, right, Frank? Thank you, Frank. Enjoy the rest of your day, brother. Go back to your fruit cocktail, and thank you for being with us.